Yo, welcome back, everybody, man. Yo, so last episode was crazy. Shout out to my man Darren Chandler. We had a great episode. I hope you guys really enjoyed it, man. I had a great time recording it, man. But today we're here. It's episode 20, and I got my man. Let me tell you something about my man Malcolm. This dude Malcolm Garret. I got his name all messed up. I thought it was Grant for the longest time. I don't know why I thought that. But he's just a dope artist, man. He's one of the most, like, I could just tell, like, dude is like 100% committed to his life and committed to his creative life. And you don't see a lot of that these days, but my man is 100% about his business. And, you know, I just enjoy talking to people who are 100% about their business and about their craft. He's a sneaker designer, customizer. He's a guy who now wants to pursue a career with photography, and he loves it. And I think that's just a dope thing when someone just enjoys doing something on a creative level that he just enjoys doing. It's just something when someone is really committed to it, you can see it. So hopefully you guys get that conveyed over in this interview, and I hope that you guys enjoy it. I hope you guys like it. I hope that you guys get inspired by what he says and what he talks about here, because a lot of stuff he talks about is dope, and it's just going to be an amazing episode. Again, thank you guys for the support. Thank you for checking out last week's episode. That was episode 19. We're here at episode 20, and I hope you guys enjoy this, man. We're going to rock out. It's going to be dope. Yeah. Other than that, I guess, check out the show, man. So enjoy. Peace at this point. Later. Yo, what's good, everybody? Listen, so, you know, damn near I was listening to every episode I've done so far, and every episode I say, what's going on, everybody? It's like a signature thing at this point, right? So, this episode is episode 19, and today I'm with the artist, man, my man Malcolm Grant. This dude is a guy I've known for, I don't know, let's put it this way, a long time, man. I've been watching him on social media. He's grown. He came up making things for himself. Like, he's always been a person that develops and pushes himself. I noticed that, and he's not afraid to challenge himself. So, and on top of that, like, I got to say, I admire your hustle, bro, because there was a time when I remember you were selling cars. Yeah. That's how far back we go. Right. And I saw you decide, like, look, no matter what it is, you were always about, I'm going to get to mine. And that's something that a lot of brothers, they say they're going to do, but they settle for whatever comes their way. And you never settled. You just said, look, I'm going to go out and do my own thing. I'm going to make myself into whatever I decide to be. And I got to say, I respect that, man. Like, it's, and the fact that you got yourself here to this point is a testament to your fortitude to stay still and focused on what you're trying to do and not try to run around and do 100 different things. So, first and foremost, this is episode 19, so welcome to the podcast. Yeah. And I want to ask, since you're here right now, bro, what gave you the first, like, sign that getting to the sneaker game and the customizing of sneakers, what was, like, your first sign that this is something that might work for you?
Well, for one, let's go back. It's Garret.
Garret?
Yeah.
Why did I
say Grant?
All this time I thought it was okay.
Nah.
I gotta start. Okay, go ahead.
Nah, that's cool.
Garret?
What? Well, this first sign was really nothing. I just woke up one day. It was like, yo, let me try it.
Yeah.
It was like a light bulb. I've been into sneakers, as you know,
right,
my whole life. Art, I've been into that too. And at 30 years old, I woke up and boom, like the light hit.
Right.
And some, like, people used to tell me, you should do this, you should do that. But I don't like to move like that. I don't like to move when people say do this, because if I move when you say it, and I become lit, right, then you're like, oh, if it wasn't for me. I don't like people like that. Right. Friend or foe, I don't care who you are, family. If you're on that type of time where you're like, oh, if it wasn't because of me, I'm not trying to be around you.
I got you.
So I didn't entertain the idea, and then just one day I just woke up like, you know what? Let me try it. I tried it. Can we curse?
Yeah, man. Say whatever you feel. This is an open mic. Like, first of all, I messed up your last name, which is kind of fucked.
All right, so yeah, I'm a curse. I'm a curse all podcast.
Which I can't believe I did that shit. But go ahead.
Nah, it's cool. So anyway, I didn't entertain the idea. I woke up like, fuck it, let me try it. I tried it. I fucked up most of my shoes. Like,
right.
you know, it was just practice.
Mm-hmm.
When I realized I can take it higher,
yeah,
is when I was in. It was like 2 years later after starting.
Right.
I was in Atlanta, and I was at the Jordan store.
Okay.
No, I was in Foot Action. You know how they got the Jordan side or whatever. Mm-hmm. Some dude comes up to me. He's like, "Yo, I follow you," and I'm like, "What the fuck are you following? Like, what the fuck are you following me for?"
Wait. So check. Was social media always a part of this business, or you just started doing it and it was like, wait, put it on? I
started this in 2013.
I remember it clearly. It was on Instagram. Yeah, I was there. I remember watching it on Instagram. I was like, what?
Yeah.
All right.
Because I used to do music before that.
I was gonna get into that as we go.
So anyway, like I always reinvent it.
Yeah, right.
So boom, I came to that. So 2014 was my first shoe.
Okay.
And it grew. Like, so I'm gonna say 2016.
What kind of sneaker was it?
I think it was a Jordan 6.
Jordan 6, nice.
It was a infrared 6, the white ones. I made it into like a grape 6.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in Atlanta. Dude's like, "Yo, I follow you." I'm like, "What the fuck are you following me for, bro?" And he's like, and I was like, "What you mean?" He was like, "No, like Instagram, you do sneakers, right?" And then he showed me my page.
Right.
So right there, I was like,
you came Insta famous off the rip right there. How's that feel? Because I remember the first time.
Felt weird.
It's a weird feeling. I remember the first time it happened to me that someone noticed me off the internet was I was walking into Fridays in Hackensack. I was on my way. I was coming down you park in that parking lot. You go down. You're gonna walk down those steps.
Yeah.
So I'm walking down. As I'm walking down these steps, these girls pass by me, and they're like, "Yo, I know who you are." And I was like, "What the fuck?" Like, "Yo, fuck you mean you know who the fuck I am?" He's like, "I seen you on Facebook. I seen your comments. I seen everything you've been talking about."
Yeah.
And I was just a little like, "Yo, you got to be shitting me."
Yeah.
And it's a weird feeling because you don't know like what to say. All you can do is like keep moving.
I mean, you want it, but you don't want it.
Yes.
It's 50-50.
Yes.
Like, I want it because I want to brand myself.
Yes.
But then again, it's like, I'm not the guy that's like, "Hey, look at me." You know what I'm saying? I might be like, "Hey, look at me," but low key, like,
you never been
the shit that I wear.
All the time I've known you. You never been the person to be like chest out, look at me, look at me, look at me. You never been that kind of person. I can notice. I always notice that about you.
Yeah.
I think it's because you always struck me as, even when I first met you, you were just this real humble dude. You were just like, "Look, I'm just here to get this business done, yo. What's good, my guy?" And that was it.
Yeah, for sure.
Is it always? Where did you get that understanding that being humble and staying to yourself can keep you focused? Where do you think that comes from?
I think it's just who you grew up around,
right?
How you were raised. I always saw my parents work.
Right.
Go to work. You know what I'm saying? Friends, I got good friends. I hang around good friends. I don't hang around,
jackasses,
crooks and jackasses. You know what I'm saying? Like, know people like that. And if I do hang around people that's into some fuck shit, I have a choice: be in the fuck shit or just be like, "Yo, my man, be safe. You still my man, but I ain't rocking with that."
Where did you grow up at?
Patterson.
You grew up in Patterson?
Yeah.
Have you found that your art and how you do things was influenced from Patterson and where you grew up at? Not at all?
Nah. That shit's all in my mind.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't grow up rough, to be honest. I grew up middle class. I got everything I wanted.
Right.
Not everything, but, for the most part. My parents did a phenomenal job of raising me. You know what I'm saying? They did the best. They worked, like I said. Mm-hmm. And that showed me hard work. And I think just the art aspect of everything, I just think it was talent.
That's good.
And just imagination.
Talent is a major thing. A lot of people underestimate talent, but a lot of people underestimate the ability to put talent and focus in the same place. Because it is hard. Listen, you're an artist, right? So, and I know for a fact, in your mind, because of all the work that you do, you have a million things running through your mind.
Word.
You got this going on, that going on. You're thinking about this. You got this. You're thinking about where can I get this from? How should I do this? How do you find your peace and your ability to focus on your art and get that close out best? How can I say, to shut off the noise? Because there's always noise around everybody. How do you think you close out the noise and get focused on your stuff?
Spend a lot of time by myself, man. Even though I have a girlfriend, I, from the beginning, I had to instill it in her head. I'm a loner.
Right.
I took a trip to Phoenix, Arizona by myself not too long ago.
Wow.
I just brought a book bag. That's it. That's it.
You got balls, B.
Book bag and my underwear.
Yeah.
One pair of sneakers.
That's wild, man.
I went there by myself. That's the type of person I am.
Okay.
I went, hit the mountains, found so much peace. It's better than any beach or shore you can ever do when you go to the mountains like that.
Right.
And just sit there. I do that. And then when I'm here in my office just creating.
Right.
That's what, like, I work sometimes with no music, no nothing, just silence. I'm in tune.
I think a lot of people, I can honestly say, like, a lot of artists that I've ever met, they always say they need their peace time and they need somewhat of solitude in order for them to think.
Yeah.
I think we're lost in that with social media these days. I think people feel like they need to be around people all the time or what's going on. Like, I guarantee you 90% of the people they check the first thing they get up in the morning is check their phone.
Yeah, I'm one of them.
Yeah, me too. I do the same thing.
Yeah.
And we get sucked in. Like, I've been on social media for so long.
Yeah.
And it takes you, you can lose yourself. I've had people beef with me on social media and everything. I've had people put my business out on social media. I put my business out on social media. Have you ever, because of your rise in social media and the ability to build a business from what you're doing now, have you ever found yourself so lost in it you're like, damn, man, I need to pull back and figure things out?
No.
That's good.
And I can honestly say that no, with a straight face. The difference between me is I know what it is. And when I do wake up in the morning, and the first thing I do is check my phone. Because, one, I'm checking to see if I got any new business. Yeah. Two, I'm checking to see if I made any money while I slept.
That's always a good thing.
You know what I'm saying? And three, just text messages or whatever the case may be. But when I go home at night, I put my phone on silent at a certain time.
Gotcha.
Because I don't want, it's nothing, I'm not hiding nothing.
Right.
I just don't want all that ruckus. I don't want to see that. I tell my friends, they send me Shade Room and Baller Alerts. I'm like, don't send me that. I don't follow none of that. I barely follow celebrities because there's no need for me. I follow, lifestyle pages, vacation pages, food pages, art pages, sneaker pages. I don't want to, I don't get lost in all of that. Yo, you seen who said this on Instagram and, yo, somebody said this about you. Or, even if somebody comments some fuck shit on my joint, I delete it.
That's wild that you're getting hate comments. That's crazy.
It doesn't happen a lot.
Right.
But it happens. Like, niggas would be like, oh, that don't match. And I'm just like, all right, whatever, delete it. Like, I put it, I'm into jerseys from that era.
Yeah.
So, I bought a jersey from this Instagram account. I wore it. I tagged them. They reposted me.
Right.
So, I'm skinny.
Right.
I'm 138.
Right.
5'10", skinny. They reposted it. Some dude comments like, yo, bro, give your jeans back to your girl.
Oh.
So I was like, you know what?
That's some fuck shit.
Yeah, I was like, listen. I was like, yo, I'm skinny, bro.
Yeah.
And that was it.
I can't believe somebody actually made a comment on your shit like that.
They mad because he's probably home big as hell. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people be mad. People be mad behind them phones, man. People really be mad behind those phones. So I never get sucked into that shit. Like, I know what it is. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like,
when did you? Now, speaking of your weight and speaking of everything, you are a vegan. Am I correct?
Yeah.
When did that come about for you? Because I remember you saying that you had diabetes.
Yeah.
When did you find that out?
I just went to the doctor. A large part of America, people are scared to find out.
Yes, they are.
You're scared to find out. Yeah. So whether it's like finding out if your girl's fucking around on you or finding out, if you're going to lose your job or whatever. So I just was like, yo, let me go to a doctor, see what's up with me, check out my blood work, get a physical.
Right.
Went to the doctor, came back. He's like, listen, you got full-blown diabetes. So I'm like, All right, cool.
What was your diet prior to that?
Bullshit.
To give some context, so how do we get here?
This was my diet.
And this had to be, 2 years ago? Or it was 2 years?
About a year ago.
About a year ago. And what was your diet when you were 28?
This is my diet.
Right.
Well, no.
Because you're 20, I'm sure 28 to up until that point.
No, I'm 34 now.
34, right?
So I'm going to say I was 32.
You were 32.
Yeah.
So relative around that
About
time,
32.
your diet had to be like shit.
Fuck, yo, bro. This was my diet. Mm-hmm. I lived across the street from a Quick Check. So I'm eating Quick Check sandwiches every week. I'm drinking every week.
You're drinking every week?
I'm drinking every weekend.
Okay, those are some context. You are also at this point, you are still in the rap game. You're still working in the rap game. No. Okay.
I'm doing sneakers.
You're doing sneakers at this time.
I'm doing sneakers. I'm not doing sneakers and drinking at the same time. I'm doing sneakers.
I'm glad you clarified that.
Yeah.
Like, I had a 40 right here and like 2 pairs of Jordans.
I tried it once, but it didn't work. I'm drinking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm eating Quick Check. I'm eating pizza.
Mm-hmm.
I'm eating wings. I'm eating all types of chicken, steak, potatoes, mac and cheeses, any bad shit, chips on top of the sandwich.
Oh,
Juice, Snapple, Arizona iced tea. I've been stopped drinking soda a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Arizona iced tea, not as much water, just a whole bunch of fuck shit. Soda with my liquor, juice with my liquor.
and you're not working out at all.
Not working out at all, but here's the catch.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still slim.
So you think you straight?
I think I'm straight. I'm
Yeah.
like, my metabolism good, it's taking care of everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's no like, oh, I got a headache.
How was your
This
energy level at that point?
I would sleep till 10, 11, 12. Okay. If I had a day off, I'm sleeping till like 12. I'm not doing nothing. I'm not productive. Like, and there's no like symptoms for diabetes. There's no like, yo, my head hurt. I think I got diabetes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got a lump. I think I got diabetes. There's none of that.
Right.
You got to get blood work done. Unless the only symptom is like you pass out from like diabetic shock or some shit like that.
I had a few friends who have suffered from that kind of stuff.
If you pass out, some shit. So from, too high blood sugar or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to the doctor. He's like, yo, and honestly, I was starting to change my diet to just like chicken and salads. And
you were going pescatarian?
If I was eating fish, I was just changing it, cleaning it up a little bit. He told me that. And then I'm a person that's like, yo, the universe speaks to you. Because like when he told me that and the fact that I was switching my diet, I'm like, the universe told me something. Like, you need to turn this around. Boom. I swear to God, he told me, yo, you got diabetes. I went home. I threw out every bad shit I had in the fridge, even the chicken. Like, and I told my man who was vegan at the time, and he was like, yo, check these documentaries out. So that's when I started watching all this What the Health. That didn't make me make my decision. Right. I already had it in my mind. Like,
it triggered it?
It helped it.
Okay.
But it didn't make me convert.
I got you.
It helped. It pushed. It kicked me.
Right.
All right, go ahead. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, yo, I think I'm gonna do it. He was like, all right, keep it 100. I've been vegan for a year. I'm like, damn, why you ain't say nothing? He's like, oh, because he was like, yo, because when you tell people that, they don't understand. They make fun of you. They laugh at you. Like,
I never understood that.
They do. It's true.
I understand.
It's true.
I watch and I listen to a lot of podcasts, and I listen to Joe Rogan's podcast, and he's a staunch believer in it. Meat and being a meat, he's a meat eater. Put it that way. He believes in not so much a straight carnivore diet, but he believes in balance and health. And you will change up your whole lifestyle if you listen to this guy's podcast regularly, because there's so much information you get in and out of it. But he has people on there who are strictly meat eaters. Yeah, and he has people that are on there that are vegans. Yeah, and it's like I can start to see where it becomes a polarizing thing. And I can understand why people would come at somebody. Look, people make fun of people who are vegetarians. Yeah. So being that you're a vegan and so odd, people are going to make fun of you, especially I hate to say this, in our community, it's so strange. It's not something that's a regular thing in our community.
Yeah, man.
And, you know, and
sad.
It's
and it's set up that way.
It's set up that way because look,
it's designed.
Listen, people, when you growing up, you're gonna get grape soda.
Yeah.
You're gonna get orange soda.
Rap snacks.
Listen. You grew up in a Southern black home. Let me tell you something. You're gonna be eating mac and cheese. Yeah. You're gonna be eating mashed potatoes. All these things. Gravy is a necessity on most foods. Like what? No, we don't get no gravy. I'm not eating it.
Yeah.
So it's people when they something foreign, they're gonna make fun of it. They come at you.
It's sad.
And then you said your man was vegan. He was too afraid to tell you. Is wild.
Yeah,
that's wild.
And the fact that he was vegan and then now I'm vegan. Mm-hmm. This my man. Like we grew up together, spend the night by his house, play live all night.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
live.
NBA Live, Final Fantasy. Like this is my man. Yeah. He didn't want to tell me. And then the fact that we you know, we both are vegan and we connect even more now. Like we connect on a different level and we looking at our other friends like y'all are friends, but yo, y'all ain't. Now, let me clear this up because I'm not one of those vegans that's in front of your door with a sign.
Right.
I don't give a fuck what you eat.
And you're not looking down on people.
I don't care.
Right.
Like eat what you eat. Different things work for different people.
Right.
As for me, I went vegan and I reversed the diabetes in 4 months.
Nice.
It's a fact. It's on paper.
How was the switch for you? Changing your whole diet and changing, and it was easy for you.
Very easy.
So you didn't have withdrawal for the first 3 or 4 months, like first month or so.
Swear to God, no.
Wow, you lucky brother.
I just got a strong mind.
Yeah,
you know, like for certain shit. But for that, when it comes to health and living, like you said to me earlier, you know, I woke up this morning. I'm blessed. But yeah, we can wake up.
Right.
But if we wake up ailing and sick. And you know
that's not being blessed.
That's not blessed.
That's torture.
That's you're dying while living, and I get confused. Like when people say, "Yo, how you doing?" "Oh, I woke up this morning. I'm blessed." "Yeah, but you limping." "I woke up this morning." "Yeah, but you smoking a cigarette."
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
I grew up around cigarettes. I grew around alcohol.
Yeah,
I grew around
both. Me too.
Yeah,
both.
Yeah. I grew up around a lot of abuse. Both mentally and physically from just people abusing their bodies.
Yeah.
Not me particularly getting abused or anything like that, but you do suffer some things of normalizing abusing your body and not eating right and not taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
Now, I don't eat super clean. I try to. I suffer from kidney stones.
Yeah.
So my pain level is very different from other people because I suffer through it twice. I've had it removed. It's not something I would recommend for anybody.
Yeah, you probably dropped to your knees trying to get that shit out.
Yeah. And when you're driving to the hospital with one arm on the steering wheel and you're kinked over and you're driving to the hospital trying to get it removed, there's no pain like that. You know, the only thing you describe is a woman giving birth. But I do understand changing your diet and taking care of it. Because the first time it happened to me that I had to get it removed, it changed my life.
Yeah.
I changed over. Now, no doubt, I need to work on it better.
Yeah.
It takes time, but I can understand. I can't fully relate because I never had diabetes, never had something reverse on me like that. So, but as you go through that, being a black man, talking about being a vegan, did you find yourself interacting with a different clique of people, different kind of people start coming into your life because you put out there that you were a vegan? I remember you being chest out on the gram, and I was just like, I'm flexing out here. Look at this thing.
Sometimes you got to.
Because it was not you.
Yeah.
Not from what I had seen, from when I had known you. You know what I mean? I knew you as a dude who always was fly as fuck and was like just talking about skills. You're welcome. And talking about your skills and your life, and you're working at a sneaker spot. I remember that.
I was,
Yes. And that's the Malcolm I know.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, now you done flipped over and changed things, and now you got your chest out, you're living.
Yeah.
It's a whole different ballgame. Did you attract a new audience to your business? Did that change up for you in a way?
I mean, yeah, man. I get people who hit me like, yo, you're so inspiring. What did you do? This, that, and the third. And then I do that. I bust out the guns every now and then because I want to show people like, yo, you cannot eat. You don't have to eat meat to be strong or look good.
No, you don't.
I look better than I did ever when I was fucking eating meat. You know what I'm saying? Like I said.
And you feel a million times better too.
Yo, man, I wake up at 6 every morning, bro. I get more shit done by 12 than a lot of people get done by 5, 6 at night.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I could wake up at 6 in the morning, do dishes, make lunch, make breakfast, do laundry, have all that done by 10, then come here and knock out some kicks by 3. I go home and I'm chilling. And I got energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm thinking sharper. Like, elevation is there. You know what I'm saying? Like, things start happening. When I start, like, visualizing and calling shit into existence, it happens. You know what I'm saying? Like, it happens. And I think it's all a part of the diet, just me eating foods from the earth and connecting with the earth and just even meditating.
I was going to ask you about that. Yeah. Meditating is highly important. I believe you can believe you can change your life at any time in 2 years. I don't think it takes that long. I think you can change it in 2 years. I don't think it could be a year, but most likely for it to stick, it takes about 2 years, and I think you can do anything in life.
I mean, last year, I'm a whole different person from what I was last year.
That's wild.
I'm the same dude.
Right.
But, like, living-wise, I haven't drank in a year. And I have no intentions to. I'm not going to say I won't never, ever.
Right.
But I don't have the urge.
Not even a glass of wine?
No. I don't have. Last glass of wine I had probably was in December.
A glass of wine is coming from the earth. That's pretty good stuff.
But I gotta watch that because the sugars.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so I stopped really fucking with white sugars, like all that shit. Like, I really pay attention to what I'm really intaking. You know what I'm saying? As you can see, I got like fucking turmeric, apple cider vinegar up there, ancient grains up there. Like, I don't play around. You know what I'm saying?
Where did you start? Did you start yourself going to more farmers markets? Where did you start shopping? Like, did that change up everything? I guess that
farmers markets, Whole Foods, Trader Joe's.
Yeah, Trader Joe's is awesome. I love Trader Joe's.
Yeah. I still do shop right, stop and shop because you know, one thing I learned with my new diet is they say shop on the outside of the supermarket.
I got
meaning
you.
the outside aisles, where are the fruits and vegetables.
Got you.
Frozen fruits and vegetables. Anything in the middle is bad for you. So think about it. Soda's in the middle.
That's true.
Canned food is in the middle.
Never thought about that.
Sweets, snacks, potato chips, all that shit is in the middle.
That's wild, Malcolm. How the fuck? I never looked at that geographical like understanding of the supermarket, how it's set up. I think it's probably like set up that way.
Everything's set up that way. The way we grew up eating is set up. They put all this stuff in the hood so we can consume all that, and it's population control.
That is population control.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Like, that's basically what it is, and it's geared more towards us. But you know, it affects the urban community, the suburbs, sometimes a little bit.
Right.
But like, peep game, like, you know, you go say, let's say Patterson, right?
Yeah.
There's a McDonald's there's 2 McDonald's in Patterson.
I've seen
Burger King, a Wendy's,
White Castle,
Checkers. Right?
Yeah.
You go to Ridgewood.
Same shit. But
no.
But you have maybe one, two.
Bro, I went to, what town was that I was in not too long ago? Was it Hohokus?
Hocus.
Somewhere over there, like,
yeah, I know what you're talking about though. It's a different kind of hocus.
I didn't see any of that.
Nah.
I didn't see any of it.
Let me tell you something. Even in Teaneck, we have Teaneck is my homeland, man, and Teaneck, I remember going to the town council and fighting to keep a McDonald's from being put in Teaneck. Yeah. Because they wanted to put it right on the one of the. In Teaneck, we really, really try to. I think they put a real emphasis on getting like real community food. Yeah. So it's more, you're gonna get you go down Teaneck Road, all you're gonna smell is West Indian restaurants down that way. But it's only on. It's really ethnic. It's really only on the black side of Teaneck. Yeah. You know, one thing about it is you got a Popeyes over there.
Yeah. Right on Teaneck Road.
Ain't no Popeyes nowhere else in Teaneck.
Yep.
Except for on that side.
And that's by design.
And don't get me wrong, those corporate people know.
They know.
They know for a fact that people look like me and you are gonna go in that place and buy.
They probably don't even eat that shit.
Yeah, they don't eat it. And you think about the levels there's Chinese restaurants all down on the white side too. Yeah. Kosher places and stuff like that. But the concentration of what you're gonna get over there as far as food goes, it's legit. Like, you're gonna get a lot of foods that aren't the best for you in certain areas. I've noticed that, and I remember this guy Colin Cowherd said that it's like this: You go to ShopRite, you're going to see a lot of lazy people and a lot of tired people.
Yep.
You go to Stop and Shop, things begin to change a little bit. You go to Pathmark, things begin to change just a tad bit. You go to Whole Foods, you go to Trader Joe's.
Everybody's happy.
Everybody's upbeat. Everybody's in shape. And I was like, oh, no way this guy's telling the truth.
He's right.
One day I went and tried it. I went to every one of them, and he was fucking right.
Yo,
it blew my fucking mind. I sat there in my car like, this is real. Like, whoa.
I went last week. It's funny you say that. Last week, I go to Trader Joe's.
Right.
Lady, African-American lady at the register. She's singing. She's ringing me up. Singing, upbeat. Hey, how would you like your change? Everything's upbeat. I leave the store. I text my man who's a vegan. I say, yo, I just love when I go to a supermarket and everybody's happy.
Right.
Cause it's like I was by my mom crib in Patterson. I go to the Fresh Gala shit, the shit that took over Pathmark.
Right.
I go to Fresh Gala, getting my shit rang up. Totally different mood.
Staring at you crazy, probably.
Throw the shit on the belt.
Yep.
Write it up, $5. I'm just like, damn. You know what I'm saying? It's different.
It's a totally different experience,
bro. Like
every time I go to Trader Joe's, the people there are nice. They take care of me. Yeah. They be like, hey, how many bags do you want? Do you want this? I'm like, yo,
they help you to your car, bro.
Yes, they will do that.
That's the difference.
It's a big difference, man.
And it could be company policy.
Right.
And it could just be, they woke up on the right side of the bed. But I just think being around all of that good shit, good food, good vibes, it helps.
It's a lot to good energy. And I'm a big believer in your transferring energy. Like, I came in here, you know what I mean? You came off with a real good energy. You didn't have the whole standoffish energy that I normally get. And you could have been like, yo, you fucked up my last name. I'm not fucking with you no more. All that shit right now. You could have done a lot of shit right there, but you didn't, because you don't have that vibe where your ego is in control of everything.
Yeah, no.
And it's pushing away anything good that could come towards you. Your ego will push it out, edging out. And I think as you begin to grow in anything in life, if you're not evolving and you're not developing yourself, like you decided to change your diet, which helped you develop as a human being, period. It doesn't breed well for giving out good energy and changing your life and you expanding yourself and becoming more than just Malcolm, who grew up in Patterson, who now is doing customized sneakers. That's all he is. Yeah. He doesn't have a personality. He hasn't grown as a person. He hasn't taken that time out. Now, as you've pushed yourself and you put yourself in this position, have you found your artistry to continue to challenge you, or have you had a point where you hit a plateau and you're just like, I'm not challenged by this anymore?
It's crazy because I was asking myself that question the other day. No, I still challenge myself, but I love doing. I said this. I swear to God, I said this yesterday. I love doing shoes, but it's just the people in the game that I'm just like, all right. I was on this dude Instagram page the other day. He's got mad followers. And I guess he posts up a shoe that he had to fix.
Right.
So he's like, yeah, I'm about to fix these horrible joints that a well-known customizer did. I didn't do it, but I'm just looking at the post. He's like, that a well-known customizer did. Swipe left to see the miracle that I did. Like, just boasting and bragging, like, how he gonna fix it, and this guy fucked up, or whatever the case may be. And I'm just like, bro, you had to do all that?
Yeah.
Like, just fix the fucking shoe and keep it moving.
Yeah.
Now, somebody did that to me once. This dude, and this when I was young in the game.
Right.
I did a shoe for this dude. He reached out to me. I did the shoe. But like on the Jordan, on the side, on the retro ones, the wings, I didn't do the wings because I wasn't skilled yet. I didn't have the proper tools. So he sent it to somebody else to fix the wings, to do the wings. So come to find out, I'm seeing pictures floating around of this guy posting the shoe that I did. The only thing he did was the wings. So I'm like, why the fuck is he acting like he did the whole shoe? I go to his page, I can't see it. So I'm like, damn, why
So he's just posting on his stories or something?
On his page.
Oh, he's posting on the page.
So I'm like, why I can't see it? Mm-hmm. So as I'm learning Instagram more,
right,
I come to learn that, yo, this nigga blocked me. He blocked me. I'm like, I don't even know this guy. So I'm now me, being the analytical person I am, I'm very analytical. I'm very observant. So I'm like, I need to find out why he blocked me.
Because it's going to eat away at you if you don't
know. So I let it live. I let it live forever because I was busy doing shit. Busy changing my life, elevating. I let it live. One day I was like, man, fuck that. Fuck that.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
Because, yo, I'm chill.
Yeah.
But every now and then, I want to play.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, fuck that. I said, yo, let me see what's good. So I said to my man, this other dude, I was like, yo, check his page. Like, see if you could check it.
Right.
He checks it. No, I'm lying. I have another page.
Okay.
So from my other page, I go check.
Is that your photography page? I know your page. I follow your shit.
So I go check from my other page. I'm looking at it. I'm like, so he did block me. Boom. I go to the post where he puts my shoe.
Right.
And I read it. He's like, yeah, I fixed this totally fucked up shoe by another customizer, blah, 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 blah. I said, oh, Why
are people so That's just fuckboy shit, man.
Whack.
That is whack as fuck.
So dude. I said, all right, bet. I posted the shoe. I went on my sneaker page. I posted the shoe. I said, Throwback Thursday. I waited till Thursday. Throwback Thursday of the shoe that I did. But let's get this straight. At such and such, don't be trying to like drag me in the mud. I was like, you feel that I fucked up that shoe? You should have DM'd me and told me what mistakes I made.
Right.
You've been doing this longer than me.
Right.
So you see me coming up, you need to say, yo, I see you doing your thing. This is where you fucked up. Maybe next time you should do it and boom, boom, boom. Yeah, you didn't say my name, but still, I saw it and I know who you was going at, and you blocked me so I wouldn't see it. I was like, that shit is whack. I was like, I'm no internet gangster. I don't want to fight.
Right.
I'm not into all of that. I was like, but because his name ended with an NYC. So I'm thinking, I was like, if you're in New York, pull up. Let's talk. Let's talk about how we could further educate people that's coming up under us. Because at this point now, I got 20,000 followers, more than him. So now I'm like, me and you could get together and we could teach or just show other customizers that's coming up.
Right.
The ins and outs. I was like,
you're welcome. You're welcoming the collab. Like, let's collab.
I'm like, for you doing all that,
like
saying, oh, they fucked it up, this, that, and the third. I'm like, bro, like, you just could have reached out to me and be like, yo, listen, you fucked this up. Maybe next time you should do this.
Smack the shit out of him.
Then he's
verbally.
like, oh, but you did fuck it up, blah, blah, blah.
So what though, my G? Like, you can contact me. Like, we're grown men.
And then, right.
I'm sorry, if anything. Like, I know the feeling.
Peep game though.
Yeah.
This how. And this how I know, like, people corny. He fucking DMs me, yo, why'd you have to do all that, blah, blah, blah. My page is about me. I never make it about other people. I'm like, fam, you missing the point. I'm like, the point was, everything I said was uniting. I'm like, yo, like we should come together.
I didn't tell you to go suck a dick and jump off a cliff, my G. I told you to come over here and let's talk.
He like, but your followers is coming at me. I was like, I didn't tell them to do that. I ain't telling them to do that.
We found out you got your own beehive, B.
Yeah, I'm like, I didn't tell them to attack you.
Yeah,
I just said, we need to come together. Whatever. He's like, nah, it's so good. Low key. I was like, plus the shoe you posted. I was like, I did that shit like 2-3 years ago.
Right.
I was like, I got way better. He's like, yeah, I ain't gonna front. You have, I'll be checking in on your page every now and then. So I said, yo, well, let me ask you this. Why you blocked me? He was like, oh, because you did a custom I had did. I was like,
what?
Word? I was like, which one? He was like, oh, the camo joint. I'm like, yeah, somebody sent me that picture. I was like, but if you go back to my post, at the time when I did it, I said, shout out to whoever did this first. I don't know who it is. Somebody tagged them.
Right.
That's That's on my Instagram. I was like, I don't know if you saw that or not, but I didn't know you did it. That's why I put what I put. He's like, oh, all right, well, And then he unblocked me, and then it was all like, oh, you dope, this, that, and the third. I was like, all right, I'm going to take my post down. He took his post down. And then I was that. Like, there's no need to communicate with him no more.
It's peace.
But back to the question at hand. I just wanted to paint that picture.
Yeah.
But that makes me want to not do this shit.
Because of that.
Yeah, it's like, bro.
But that's I think
painting sneakers, bro.
But Malcolm, in any game, you're gonna have no matter how the more successful you are, the more you're gonna get hate.
Of course,
there's no getting around it. So even if you say, okay, let me go jump into this business or jump into this business, the same thing will come.
Same shit
will come no matter what.
So it makes me not want to do it no more. But it makes it's two different words. It makes me not want to do it anymore. But it made me say, fuck them. I'm doing me. I don't follow none of them niggas now.
I was gonna ask, did you ever think about putting together your own like customizer con or something of that nature?
Nah,
okay,
I ain't messing with them dudes. Them dudes is up here with it. Their egos is crazy. The egos is crazy. I'm telling you. Believe it or not, painting sneakers and getting acclaim and fame off that shit on Instagram, egos are out off the roof. Like people DM me all the time, like, "Yo, I have a question," and when I answer, they're like, "Oh my God, you answered!" Like everybody else ignored me. I'm like, why are we ignoring people? If it's not ignorant, if it's ignorance, I'm ignoring you.
Right.
But if you're trying to get knowledge and educate, or even a inquiry, I'm gonna answer.
I think I can sort of relate because I get that a lot with photographers.
Yeah,
some photographers are so far out here with it, and then I have I've been able to thankfully be around a lot of photographers who are very cool.
Yeah,
and they are willing to help at any moment. Anytime I give them a call, send a text, they like, yo, whatever you need, just give me a holler, I got you.
Yeah.
Because a lot of us, we understand, A, because we're minorities, we get that. But two, it's just that we understand each other on a level of, I was once you.
Yeah,
I think this game, I think this customized sneaker game is so new in a sense of like people have, like with social media and everything else, photography is an old game.
It's old.
It's old. It's been there forever. But this is still a cutting edge kind of game.
It's not new because back in the day, dudes was customizing, putting Louis V on the Air Force Ones.
Yeah.
But it's new in the sense of like social media.
That's what I'm saying.
And
fame
people
level.
could really see it.
Yes.
Yo, these dudes be acting like celebrities, bro.
Because some of them, I think, they in their minds they want to be the Dapper Dan of sneakers, and I'm like, not everybody can be that.
Yeah.
And even if you aren't, it doesn't mean you're unsuccessful. But you shouldn't act like you are. You are the all be all of everything and be in that situation where you should talk down to anyone or act like you're better than anyone doing it. This is a game where you're as good as your last sneaker. And just like in photography, you're as good as your last shot.
Bro, you could walk outside, trip, and break your wrist. It's a wrap.
So I have a question, right? So you're in this game. Why did you never? I see you got a lot of tats.
Yeah.
Why did you never go into tattooing? I always ask artists that who work with their hands, like, why did you never go into that? Because that's always a natural progression for a lot of artists is they go into that because that's a beautiful canvas. Some of them do that. Why did you never go into that?
I just never struck me.
Never struck you?
Yeah, I can't say there's a true reason why. It just never dawned on me.
Because I see you got a lot of tats, and so I'm sure you admire tattoo artists.
Yeah,
so,
of course.
And see, it's not similar, obviously, but it's very close that you have to work very detailed.
Yeah.
So it's an expression of it. You know what I'm saying? So same thing when you do customizing sneakers and everything. It's very detail oriented, and you never went into that. I was always surprised. I was thinking like, oh, okay, that's dope.
I mean, you know what, too, man? Keep it 100, bro. Sometimes I don't like people, man. I mean, just being real. Like, sometimes I'm positive.
Right.
I'm every day I'm 80% positive.
Right.
We're human. We're always gonna have negative. Our brains are trained to think negative the minute we wake up.
That's so true, bro.
The minute you wake up,
so true.
Your mind is like, fuck, I gotta go to work. That's the first thing you're thinking. Fuck, it's early. That's negative thoughts.
Yeah.
The minute you wake up, that's science. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? But if you could train your mind to like just wake up like, your day will be so much better. And
Wishes Fulfilled, my man Doc. There's a book by I forgot this guy's slipping my name right now, but it's called Wishes Fulfilled, and it speaks exactly about what you're talking about.
Yeah,
right
and I never even read that book.
I
don't like reading.
Well, okay.
I know how to read, but I don't like.
I would think so.
Yeah, I know how to
that would be bad.
I just don't like the process of reading. But I listen to podcasts.
Podcasts, that's very good.
So they talk about that. Like, as soon as you wake up, if you can trigger your mind to think forward and not backward,
right,
your day is gonna go forward
all the time,
all the time. So
all the time.
sometimes I just don't like being around people to go back to what we were talking about. People pass off energy. I don't want to be tattooing somebody and they're telling me like, oh, my dad did this, you know, this bill was due, like this, that. I just be like, dog, shut up, man. Like, this is supposed to be a positive time, you know? Like,
You are not a psychologist, bro.
it's like-
You're not built for the psychologist
Same
life.
thing. I could be a barber.
Right.
I just don't want to hear people's stories like that all day. I work here in the barbershop and I hear people talk all the time. And sometimes I got to close the door. I'm just like, bro, like, it's too much.
Sometimes you just gotta put on the headphones and just be like, I'm done.
Yeah, it's too much, man.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear about your fucked up day or whatever. Like,
Let's go back a little bit. You started out in music, am I correct?
Yeah.
Now, you were in music for a long time. I remember that you were doing your thing. You were with Smith.
Yeah.
Shout out to Aunt Smith, man. Shout out to my fellow shooter there, man. And when did you, like, make that transition? How did that come from? You went from music artist, to now creative artist.
Creative, that's the word.
Yeah.
You know, it's always been in my blood, man. Everybody's creative, you know?
Right.
But I've always been creative. Like, I was the kid that would cut up my clothes back in the day.
Okay.
And make it to where I liked it. So nowadays, when people doing it, it's like, oh, these niggas are geniuses. Nah, like, shit's been going on. I was that kid. My mind's like, why'd you cut that? I bought that for you. I'm like, yo, I want it like this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I was always the kid creating these. Like, I would cook. I would have no recipe. I'm just like, fuck it. We gonna experiment. We gonna play. And it would come out good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I was always that dude. And I just felt like a part of success and a part of life is knowing when shit's not working no more.
Yes.
And knowing how to move forward.
Wise man once told me the wisest man in the world knows how to cut his losses before his losses cut him.
Yeah, man. Like, it's like, and in your heart, you know, like, I know I could do it. But at some point, you gotta be like, yo, this shit ain't working. What's next? What's next within the same field?
Right.
So music is art. Art is music. Making music is creative. Painting is creative. Painting is art. You know what I'm saying? Photography is art.
It's big time art. Yeah.
Like, it's all in the same umbrella, under the same umbrella. So I was just looking at it like, yo, music ain't really moving. You know what I'm saying? It's not really moving. This is not really my calling. You know what I'm saying? And another thing is loving it.
Right.
When you love something, you'll go to the limit for it.
Yes.
I didn't love music.
You just felt like you were good at it.
I had the talent.
Yeah.
I didn't love it. Like, I didn't go to the limit for it.
Right.
Doing shoes, I was going to the limit.
Okay.
6 a.m, staying up, breaking night, doing this shit 7 days a week.
Ooh. That's raw, bro.
Investing money. Fucking. If I didn't have no sneakers to do, I would go buy shoes and do it myself just to build up more business. That's the difference. When you love it, it's like your kid. You love your kid.
Right.
And a kid at school smacks your kid, you're ready to go fuck that kid up.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You got to clean up now.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
You're ready to do it.
Yeah.
But if it's like your niece or your nephew, you love your niece or your nephew,
Word
but
is
you're
full.
not going to school to fuck another kid up for your niece or your nephew.
I'm not. No, I'm not.
Same thing. You know
Might
what
smack
I'm
their
saying?
parent, but that's what it is. But okay, so you where did you start out at? It started out in did it start out in the sneaker store that you were working at?
With the music?
No. I'm talking about the music. I'm talking about because so I know music was something you were doing for a while.
Yeah.
And then you were working at a sneaker store.
Yeah.
Now, forgive me for not knowing the name off
Sneaker
the top.
Studio.
Sneaker Studio,
Yeah.
right? When did you start working there, and how did that help in your growth towards what you're doing now?
Oh, it helped a lot, man. I was working at Nike in 2009, so my boy Sammy hit me up. He's like, yo, I want to open a men's boutique. I was like, I know you know your shit. Like, you fashionable. You work at Nike. Blah, blah, blah. He's like, could you help me? I I'm like, yeah, I help. So I would go help him on my days off from Nike, set up the store, build it, whatever. And then when he opened, I would go help before I had to go to work or after I got off work on my days off. And that turned into, yo, I'll pay you. So I'm like, all right. And then I would always like either show up late to work at Nike or leave early to go help. So I'm like, yo, I started getting to the point where I'm like, fuck, like I don't want to work for these corporate idiots.
That's how it goes, bro.
Started working with my man. 09, opened up. Boom, man. And then
it takes a lot to make a business, especially a storefront. Period.
It takes a lot to make a storefront, and it takes a lot to find somebody that's going to ride with you for 11 years. I was there 11 years. Yeah. I just left like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that, but you know, the decision to do that and how that affected you and how that wasn't an easy decision to make.
It was.
It was an easy decision to make.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was.
You were there for 11 years. That's a long time of your life. That's a lot.
It was easy because I felt the need to just be like, I got to be out. And it was I thought about it like for the last 2 years. I've been thinking about it, and I'm just like, I'm growing by myself now.
Yeah.
There's no reason for me to sit inside of a store for 8-9 hours for 5-6 days a week.
Right.
Trapping my talents. A lot of people get caught up in being a robot.
Right.
Like, you think about it, like, growing up, no, it don't matter what race. In America, let's say in America, because I heard overseas is different. But in America, think about it. As we grew up, we were trained for that 9 to 5.
Oh, yeah. Indoctrinated. It's an indoctrination.
We've been trained. You go to school for 8 hours a day.
Correct.
Tell you when you could go to the bathroom, give you a lunch break.
Correct.
They give you a little whatever break, snack break. Boom, go home. That's it. Come back, do it again. You get to high school, same shit. Get to college, same shit. Then now when you go work, same shit. You in there 9 to 5. Tell you when you can go to break. You got to tell somebody you're going to the bathroom. So at some point, I was like, yo, I'm sitting here all day. I got all these ideas. And then when I used to do my shit on the computer and shit, you know, he used to be like, yo, listen, you know, do that on your time. You're on my time now. And I'm just like, damn, but I just thought of this now. Like, I need to get it out. That's how artists are. Like,
yes.
If it's right
Lord,
there,
I feel that. Yeah, creatives, artists, people in general who are just creative. When it happens at an inspiration, that moment, you got to get it there. Because if it's right gone, it's gone if you don't get it where it's supposed to go at that moment.
Yeah, if it's right there, bro, I need to shoot it out. Like, it has to come out. And I just was like, I'm you know, and then my buzz on Instagram was growing more.
Right.
I'm like, yo, I could just really brand myself. I believe in myself 100%. You know, I never brag about it. I'll just let you
Quiet
know.
confidence is the best confidence.
Yeah. I just let you know, like, I believe in myself. And then this is how I left. One day I walked in. I was chilling with my girl all day. Chilling, laughing, having fun. We went to the mall or some shit. Got to work. My mood just went
shot down.
I was like,
gone.
Walked in, the clothes on the right was fucked up.
Right.
I looked at that. I was like, all right, whatever. And this how it actually started. My man who was working before me, he hit me like, yo, can you come in 15 minutes earlier? I gotta leave. And I'm like, bro, like, I'm not doing all that.
Yeah.
So I walks in, the clothes is fucked up. I'm just like, all right, whatever. I go to sit behind the register. I'm chilling. I get an email, a list of things to do. That right there, I was like, I'm out.
Yeah, I admire you for that.
Yeah, I was like, I'm out. I was like, I sent the email, a long, nice thank you email. Yo, thanks for the 11 years. Boom, boom, boom. And I was like, yo, just don't schedule me for the month of September and beyond.
Damn.
And that was it.
Wow, you had reached your limit. Your cup was full, as they say. It always comes when you're ready. You know when you're ready. It's just that one thing that triggers it, and you're like, I'm out.
Yeah. I was gonna wait till I pay my car off to leave, which is in May.
Yeah, you got a minute
this year. But I was like,
screw it.
At that point, I was only working 1 day a week anyway.
Right.
I'm like, I ain't gonna miss that little money.
No, you're not.
You know what I'm saying?
And you already you at this point you're beginning to grow individually.
Yeah,
you don't no longer need to be there.
I'm beginning to grow individually, and to keep it 100. It's not like I'm making tons of money doing what I'm doing now. I'm just happy.
Right.
That's all that matters. I'm free.
You're free,
bro. I got the camera. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been doing shoots all week.
Right.
All last week. I got shoots this weekend. I'm doing shoots. I get up and go. Like I'm free as fuck. I'm chilling. You know what I'm saying? I don't got nobody telling me sweep this, do that. I understand it, but I'm just not for it no more. Like
I dig it.
It's not my thing.
But that's what you have to do. I think, like, even for myself, where I'm at right now, like, I was delivering auto parts for a place, and I hated the job. I love the people.
Yeah.
But I couldn't see myself doing this long term. It was a short term thing.
Yeah.
Prior to that, I had worked in disability, and I was like, you talk about getting negativity from hundreds of people. I had 70 clients.
Yo, the disabled people are the most fucking.
It's hard. It's so hard to have a dream. Like, I had a dream of becoming a life coach.
Yeah.
That was my dream. Then I realized I can't teach someone about life if I'm not living my life.
Yeah. If you're not practicing what you preach,
it's not going to work. So I said, I can't in good conscience, because I'm a big believer in doing things in good conscience. I can't do the wrong thing to people. That's just not how I'm wired.
Yeah.
I'm wired to do the right thing. So I chose to go and fucking like say, fuck this gig, I'm gone. Like, I'm out in January. And then I spent the rest of the time learning how to shoot as a photographer.
Yeah.
All the way through YouTube and just going to different classes and stuff like that and learning.
Yeah.
It took time, but as time goes on, I begin to grow. I understand how to shoot now. I know how to do things the correct way. But I tell you like this, I had enormous amounts of fear, and I was scared to death of trying to do anything. I wanted to start this podcast. I know I wanted to start this podcast, and I went to work and started a podcast at the beginning of January, did a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
And I was whelped up with fear. So the fact that you had just reached your limit and you didn't have fear holding you back is an amazing thing. And it's because I was scared shitless to do it. But now I'm like, look, I'm going to do this lift thing. I'm going to put out my fucking podcast, and I'm going to fucking do my photography thing and let the world figure it out. I can't do no more. I got to do what's right for me.
Bro, I don't fear shit when it comes to letting shit go.
That's a big plus.
I have no. And wait, and let's go back a bit too about leaving a situation and, jumping into. You have to have a great support system.
Hell yeah.
And my girl is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like they say, behind every good man is a good woman. Mm-hmm. When your woman is behind you and she's like, yo, rooting you on, it's good. You know what I'm saying? But back to the fear, like, I don't fear shit, bro. I have no. My girl says it all the time, like, you're emotionally retarded. And I am. Like, I am, man. Yeah. Like, bro, it's so bad that, like, me and you could be doing this, and if I just feel like you fucked me over somehow tomorrow, I will never talk to you again. Oh. I could walk right past you and won't say shit. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, eventually, maybe we might get together and be like, yo, that was some bullshit. But, like, I don't have no problem just saying, you know what? Whatever.
That's probably served you well. And because you've been able to pull away like that, it's probably helped you keep yourself from getting a shitload of bad clients, too.
Yeah, man. I don't stick around. Yeah. Nah, bro. I curve clients. I curve customers. Like I said, I did a shoot for a customer from the hood, because them always be the worst ones. People you know. I did a customer. I charged him a certain amount. He did the handshake, handoff with the money. I don't count money in front of people because I feel like whatever I told you, you should give me, and I don't need to.
I'm the same way.
Yeah, I don't need to check. I don't need to.
If I got to check you on that, then we shouldn't have done business to begin with.
So he slid me that. He leaves. I count the money. I'm short like $10. I'm like, okay. So
short you lunch money, but go ahead.
So recently he shorted me the gas money it took me to get to him.
Pretty much.
So now I'm like, all right. So he just hit me up recently. Yo, I got these joints. I want to drop them off. You think you could do them for me? I'm like, yeah. Hits me up again. Yo, bro, when you gonna get the joints? I ignored that. I'm not fucking with you, man.
Yeah,
you fucked me over the first time. We good. I'm good.
Yeah, if you don't do business on the up and up, I'm out. I got time. Yeah,
I'm good, man. I don't play that game, bro.
Do you feel like at this stage of your life, like your time is the most valuable thing to you at this point, and you don't give a fuck? Like my time is the most valuable. Don't fuck my time over.
I feel like that time whole thing. I feel like it's cliche. Mm-hmm. It's true, but I'm trying to figure out ways to come up with some new shit.
You know what they say about most cliches? Cliches are true. You just can't keep saying it, but there's truth to all cliches. True. It's all.
But I'm trying to find a loophole in it to be like, yo, man, like, I don't know. Like, time
is a currency that it cannot be.
It can't. You can't give it back. You can't give it back.
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't waste it.
Yeah.
Like I said something on Instagram the other day. Like you can give time.
Mm-hmm.
You can facilitate time. You know what I'm saying? You could use time, but you can't get it back.
No, you can't.
You can't get it back. And I just look at it like time wasted is just a learned lesson.
Yes.
So like if you wasted my time the first time, I'm either gonna give you. So if I say meet me at 1 and you come at 2, now you done fucked up my whole hour.
Right.
So I'm gonna learn. This is what I learned from it. If I said I'm gonna tell you to meet me at a higher time frame, 12. I'm gonna say meet me at 12 when I really want you to meet me at 1. Or I'm gonna just say you ain't reliable. I'm good.
Yeah.
Either way.
Right.
There's no in between.
It is. I was raised that if you're on time, you're late.
Yeah.
And if you're early, you're early, you're good. And if you're late, after the time you're supposed to be there, don't even show up.
Yeah.
And it served me greatly. Not so much with women, but because they'd be like, "Why are you early?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Because you said meet you at 12 o'clock. I'm here at like 11:55. Like, what the fuck? Like, sorry." But I always find that people who are in that mentality of looking at your time as being valuable always are more successful. And they always find their way to make things work for them.
But on the flip side, on the other side of the coin, I believe in this, and it's just me. I don't believe you shouldn't show up. If you're late, I think you should show up and bust ass.
That's true.
Like, all right,
that's true. I've done that plenty of times.
Late, fuck it, like I got you. I'm gonna put an extra. I'm gonna stay an extra 10 minutes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I forgot what I was gonna say, but it was good too. Damn, I forgot what I was gonna say. It was about time.
Watch that coming to you at the end of the podcast. Like, wait, one more thing.
Yeah, damn.
It happens every time though.
Yeah, it was about time. But I believe like, that's what I was gonna say. I'm the type that it goes back to me being, emotionally retarded. I expect people to fuck me over.
So you're looking for it?
I'm looking for it.
Damn. All right, so I'll make sure this podcast gets out on time.
No. In a sense that it's like, all right, yo, my man, look, we're going to do it. We're going to meet at 5. We're going to do this, blah, 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 blah. I get there at 5, and let's just say you never show up. All right.
That's it.
I didn't think you was going to come anyway.
Nah.
But now that you're here, let's rock. You know what I'm saying? If you come, like, let's rock. Like, it's all a part. It's protecting yourself.
That you.
You know what I'm saying? Like in your mind, you got to be like, all right. Like I have a friend, right? He's like, yo, I gotta come to your office, this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, all right, cool, come through. He's like, all right, bet I'm gonna come on Wednesday. My mind, I'm like, man, that nigga ain't coming. If he come, he come. But I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do. I ain't gonna have me sitting here all day.
Yeah.
Waiting for him. You know what I'm saying? And that's that.
Right.
Or you just hit people with all right, you come, all right, just hit me when you're outside. I'll be around. And that's it.
Well, wow. You always meet people who they give you the good game, but they rarely keep up the good game.
Yeah, you gotta figure it out. You gotta figure out who you can do that with and who's really real with it.
And you got those I call those landmines. Like you can fall on that landmine, it's gonna blow up in your face. If you're gonna, I've had people who tell me they're gonna rock with the podcast, and then I never get a text back.
Yeah, how fucked up would have been if when you text me the other day, like we still on, I'd have been like, oh my bad, bro, I forgot I had to do something. You'd been like, what? Like you had a week to let me know this, dog.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It would have been like with you, and I saw you in the mall. I've been wanting to approach you about doing this podcast a long time ago.
Yeah,
but I know that I was looking at your system and I was like, yo. Right now, he's in a movement stage of his life.
Yeah,
like he doesn't have the time to do it. You need to answer that. You good?
No, that's for next door.
You're moving in a situation, and you're moving the way you gotta move. And I was like, all right, let me just get out these people that I know I can get to right now.
Yeah,
not everybody, because I've had, quiet as kept. I've had some people who have no following.
Yeah,
and I'm bringing them on a podcast, but they stun on me, and I just be like, how could you stun on me? I have one guy, his name is Pop. That's my man. He was like, yo, anybody stunning you, it's a privilege for you to interview them. That's not something that's a privilege because, trust me, not everybody's asking them for an interview.
Word.
And I realized, like, just because that person stunts on you, I had somebody who was way bigger than them on social media or wherever else you want to find them. They just got their way further along in whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
They come asking me, I would love to be on the podcast someday.
Yeah.
It just shows that some people are so immense in their own world that they're willing to do whatever and leave you on the curb immediately to just say fuck off. And you'd be like, see how you expect that to happen?
Yeah, yeah.
I look at people and I think the opposite. Like, this person's gonna hold me down. I used to think that way long ago. As I gotten older, I started realizing like you gotta just expect people to be who they are. You gotta take people as face value.
Yeah, I'm not. Yo, bro, trust me when I say, man, I'm like that, man. I'm just like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? And then I might be in the crib like, why the fuck they gonna do some dumb shit like that? But like, then I'm just like, I'm over it. Like, after I vent to myself or to my woman at night, and I'll just be like, all right, whatever. Like I did them green shoes right there. Dudes like, hit me when you done. You can see they still sitting there.
That's wild to me.
And I'm just like, bro, don't, I expect him to slow gas on coming and get them.
Do you get a lot of customers who come in and they don't know what they want, but they just want you to do something?
Yeah, a lot. Yeah.
Wow.
That was one of the cases. But then I get a lot of people that's like, yo, do whatever you want. And then when I do it, they like, oh, but I thought you was going to do this. I'm like, well, why you ain't say that?
Yeah, yeah.
It's the problem with people. They don't say what the fuck they want.
When you're dealing with people, do you have the customers who are just like they are overly on top of you, like, do it this way. I need this line to be just below the laces roll right here, just right there.
Well, not like that because I'm very blunt and forward when it comes to business.
Right.
So if they're like, I want it like this, I'm like, I'm not going to do it exactly like that.
Yeah.
I'm not copying anybody else's work. I'm not going to do it exactly like that. I could do it the way I want to do it, but with a twist, but it's going to look like that.
I got you.
So I let that be known from the rip.
You ever had a sneaker that you were just like, this is just fucking complicated right now?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
What sneakers?
I forgot which one it was.
Okay.
But whatever it was, I guarantee you I've never done it again.
I got you. What do you think about the sneaker game as we look at it today? People like the Mayor, and you got like Complex is really big in that sneaker world.
I'm gonna be honest. Complex. I don't believe Complex is. They're big in the world, yeah, but they're not really with the culture.
Oh, I got you.
That's just me being honest. Like, they have a sneaker show called Sneaker Shopping. You ever watch that shit?
Yeah, I watched it. Okay, they had Casey Neistat on there the other day. I watched it. I saw an episode.
I don't like that. I like the idea of the show, but I don't like the show because if you look at the show and you're like, every sneakerhead on here is a celebrity.
That's how they gain views, man. That's a view thing. You know what I mean? They can't
put it for the views.
Right. They can't put me on there. No one's watching Brian Johnson on the sneakers.
Fuck that. You're watching. It's Complex.
Right.
You're gonna watch it, bro. Like, there's no reason P. Diddy should be on Sneaker Shopping. Like when the last time has he ever shopped physically in a store for a shoe?
His assistant is picking up those.
Exactly,
kicks. Yeah.
and he's not even getting all the fucking the rare shit.
No.
They asked P. Diddy, like, oh, was Biggie a sneakerhead? Like, no. Did he look like? Every time you saw Biggie, well, he was in Tim's.
Tim's. He was always in Tim's. That's a Brooklyn thing.
Come on, man. They got Bad Bunny on there.
Yeah.
Like a year ago, Bad Bunny was in Puerto Rico, probably, would live in famish.
Right.
I don't know, but he probably was poor. He wasn't no sneaker. Like, why are you putting Bad Bunny on a sneakerhead show? Why? J Balvin, like why?
I don't know why that guy's on there.
They had the little kid from Stranger Things on there, like.
Oh no!
Like I don't watch Stranger Things. I just remember the episode.
I know what you're talking about.
I'm like, dog, this little dude's not a sneakerhead. The way you do that show is you go to and then they only do it in 2 spots: Stadium Goods and Flight Club. A lot of places that a lot of average people cannot shop in.
Right.
So you need to take that show to a true mom and pop shop that's been around in the community for years, that's had people camping out or people.
But that's contract wise. They probably can contract and film in there.
Fuck that.
But
man.
you got places like. What do you think about places like? I seen Packers just moved. I don't know where they moved to, but the Packers was like a staple when I was growing up. Still to this day, I remember when they first opened up.
Packers is heavy in the game.
Yeah, they've been like there forever. What do you think about companies like Kith? And like even with Kanye's company, how do you feel about the culture as itself? As what's your take on the culture as of today?
I feel like it's moving forward. A lot of collaborations. I feel like there's some people that's just riding the wave.
What do you think about solid colored sneakers like Pharrell drop? I got a pair of Pharrell's on right now.
Yeah.
But like solid colored kicks.
I dig Pharrell, man.
Yeah, I dig Pharrell too. Pharrell's amazing.
I have no idols.
Right.
I have no people I idolize. I have no people that I look up to. But I like Pharrell.
Pharrell, yeah.
I like his whole swag, like his whole style. I don't even like using the word swag. I like his whole style, his aura. Like he just seems like a very like
him and Childish Gambino to me
chill person.
Like those are the kind of people like I would kick it with. Like if I met them and I would sit down and talk to them, like those are the kind of people I would like to build with one day.
For sure.
You know what I mean? And I look at the culture, and my thing was like whatever ASAP was doing was what the culture is doing.
Yeah.
Because ASAP to me were like they're the innovators coming from here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To me, they were the innovators coming from this area like that. And then I looked at like. Even the kicks you got on right now, I don't even know the names of those, right? Yeezys, right? Now, I remember when the first Yeezys came out.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, these are dope. And then I was like, all right, how much are they? And how much do I have to pay? I didn't know that there was even a market for that cost of them. Being that they were new kicks, I'm thinking, okay, I remember the Jordan market was where it is. I remember the Bathing Apes back in the day were like $225, and you're like $225 for these kicks. They look just like Air Forces.
Yeah.
I never knew how the market shifts and how there's markets for these kind of sneakers. Did you ever see the market getting to this point where people are willing to pay $350 for a pair of sneakers that aren't even a retro?
Yeah, I mean, it's been like that for a minute. The rarer the sneaker is, the more you're gonna pay after it comes out.
I got you.
So it comes out. These when they come out, they're $220 or $200. But then after, when they're all gone and nobody can get none, all these fucking culture vultures buy them all. 'Cause that's what they are.
Like Supreme.
Yeah. All the culture vultures, they buy them all. And then they fucking mark it up $100, $200, $300.
Ooh.
And that's the part of the culture that's whack.
Right.
Like, bro, come on, man. You're not gonna sit here and try to sell me a shoe for $500. Like, I'm not doing that.
I can't. I see some people. I saw a Flight Club once. I'm a big Cement 3 guy.
Yeah.
Like I love the Cement 3s. Those are my favorite kicks of all time. And I saw once Kanye was like putting them on his, and it just went skyrocketed.
Yeah.
Like $430. I was like, what?
Nah, no way.
$430 for these?
I'm not
Like,
doing that.
no, I'm not paying. And then they went up. I remember one time it was like $1,000 for like originals, and I was like, yo, what?
Why?
And you know what it is? It's just like with car culture. When we got rare cars and everything else, they go up extremely high. Somebody could have paid like $40,000 for this Supra, and now that super one is up to like $80,000 because it's rarer, it's the harder to find. You know, it's just like baseball cards or anything else. Have you ever been caught up in that? I got to get these kicks. I don't care how much they cost. Have you ever found yourself on fanboy level?
If I really like it, I'm gonna buy it.
I got you.
But I'm not spending more than $250. That's it.
I dig it.
I might do $260.
$260
if it's free shipping. But I'm not.
Did you ever think about getting your own custom kicks and like doing your own line?
Yeah, I mean all the time, every day. But it would have to be like with the materials from scratch.
Okay.
I wouldn't paint. Because to buy, like I like to buy 10 sneakers and then paint them all and then you don't sell them in the first 3 months. That's fucking frustrating.
That's intense.
Yeah, that's money.
It's
right
really
there
intense.
That's money in your face. Like I didn't buy those, but imagine each shoe is $100. That's $500 sitting in front of me. I'm like, plus the work that I put in.
Yeah.
So that could be easily $1,000 just sitting there. I'm just like, what the fuck? So then a few things happen. I got to break even or lose money.
Exactly.
And sell it for less value. So I would rather be like in a room with like New Balance or Vans or somebody like that of nature creating this thing with the machine, they're the machine, these companies, creating something with them. And then it's like, oh, inspired by Malcolm Garret. Boom. And they put it out.
Kind of like Ronnie. I can't think.
Yeah, Feig, Fire. I don't know how to say his last name.
I can't say. I never say his last name. As you can see, I screw up last names. Anyway, Ronnie's that prototypical guy who did that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I remember I watched he had an interview because they used to do this. I don't know if Complex still does it.
I saw that.
Yeah, you saw the
story. Right?
Yeah.
He went and got some pants tailored.
Yo, I would like this.
That's how it starts.
This is a podcast, right? My dream down the road, with my production company and everything, is to do something like that.
Yeah.
But have a full series on YouTube that's regular with that kind of stuff. I don't want to give out too much detail. I don't want anybody to bite my style.
Yeah.
But I want to do something like that, like yourself right now. So the podcast for me was like, this is my baby.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I see what you're doing with all that you have going on here. That's the reason why I asked, like, you ever think about doing it, like opening up your own place? Do you ever want to like branch out to the fact that you have your full-on shop or anything like that? Future?
I thought about it, but Brian, I'm gonna be honest, man. Photography is my new love, bro.
I got you. It's your new muse.
How beautiful is taking pictures? Like, and
I already know.
How beautiful is this? How beautiful is this? You vision a photo shoot. And you're like, I want this like this, this like that. I'm going to edit it like this. And I'm going to have this here, boom, boom, boom. And then you go do the photo shoot. You get the right person, because that counts.
It definitely
the
does.
Right model.
Right.
You get the right model. And you're like, oh, boom, I found the model. Damn, I need a location. You find the right location. You shoot. You edit it. And everything comes out the exact way you picture it.
And it's there. And it's beautiful.
That happened to me. And I bought the camera just to take pictures of my sneakers because I was using Smith, but me and his schedules wasn't right. Like he would be like, if I needed him at 10 in the morning, he couldn't do it because he didn't get off work till 3.
Right.
So it got to a point where I'm like, I'll use my phone, but then I kept cracking my phones because I would drop them. Right. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna just go get a camera. I got the camera, and I was in the crib taking pictures of my girl's son, of her, or whatever the case may be. Yo. And here. Nah, it's all good. I'll hit you up later. I started taking pictures of my girl's son, and we was I was just fucking with him like, yo, I'm artistic. I always had it. Like, even with my selfies, when I take selfies, I'm like, yo, who your photographer? I'm like, me. And like, oh shit, because I got a phone tripod and all that shit.
Yeah, I have one of those.
You know what I'm saying? So like,
that's how it starts.
I always took pictures.
Right.
Always.
Right.
So it's not like I'm new to what I'm doing. I just need to learn how to use an actual DSLR. So I got it, and so the other day I'm like, yo, I want to do a photo shoot with some like rusty ass cars or whatever the case may be. I'm in a juice spot. I see this girl. She's working there. Tall, boy haircut. Looks like a boy, but it's a girl. You know, in my mind, I'm like, she looks gay.
Mm-hmm.
I have no problems with gay people. I have gay cousins, friends. I support the community. So I'm like, damn, it'd be dope if I could just take her and put her in the scene of like with all these rusty ass cars with a gay flag. So I don't know if you question why I got that flag right there.
No, I didn't question it.
I bought the flag on eBay and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna put her in the joint on top of a car or whatever, make it real rusty. And I was like, but I need to find a spot. Like I need to find this place. So, me just thinking about it, and this goes to like calling shit into existence.
Right.
Like, thinking about it. I'm in Passaic one day. I'm taking pictures. I wanted to go take pictures of some shoes that I did, but the playground I went to, it was too many people. I ain't want motherfuckers all asking me questions and all this. So I'm like, all right, fuck it. I left. I'm driving. I drove past. I see these two guys out front in front of these fucking beat up ass old cars in a driveway.
Yeah.
I jam on the brake. I'm like, oh, there it is. I back up.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, this your property? You own these cars? He's like, yeah. I was like, I take pictures. I was like, you mind if I take a picture? He's like, I don't care. Bet. Hit the model up. I'm like, yo, we gonna do this. Boom, 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 boom. She's like, all right, cool. She came, and I'm gonna show you the pictures. I don't know if you saw it.
Did you post them?
Yeah.
All right.
You probably. I don't care.
I'm probably.
If I see it, I don't care.
No. Did you post them? Which account did you post them on?
Both.
Oh.
But I'm not. I'm trying not to post it on my sneaker. I'm trying to keep them separate.
Smart man.
So I did that.
Ah.
So
wow.
Wait, is it? Yeah. So everything that you see
dope.
in that picture, I envisioned that shit from scratch, from start to finish.
Yo, this is dope, man. So to give you guys his descriptions, because I know you guys are listening and stuff, he's got the model on top of looks like a 1955 Riviera, which some of y'all might know. And she's on the back, she's in like a back lot, and sitting on top of the car, and she has a flag draped around her back and everything. And, you can follow Malcolm Garret. That's where you can check it out at. This looks dope, bro.
Yeah, man. I just wanted to catch her just, with that, everything you see in there.
If I may make a comment right here, come back. This is fire.
Yeah, man.
That's fire.
And everything everything here, I saw it.
Yeah.
Like, I saw it.
That's the creative eye, man.
Yeah,
the creative
man.
eye never leaves you. Once you open it up and you open that, what some people call the third eye, all this stuff, open your mind up. It's the creative eye. It's what what is bringing what you see to fruition, to reality.
Yeah.
And you have to be able to do it. Like, when I'm driving, all I see is spaces to shoot. I don't see I see the world differently than most people because I see things, because I'm observant. My whole life I've been that way.
Same here.
So I see things, and I'm like, all right, where do I shoot? How do I take it? Like, even when I'm coming in here, my first immediate thought is, okay, where am I going to set them up to take these pictures?
Yeah.
How am I taking these pictures? Speak to how it made you feel when you decided that, you know what, I'm gonna be doing this camera work. When did you really all right, I'm gonna decide to do it? What do you shoot with?
A Nikon D34.
Good stuff.
35 millimeter, 70 to 300.
Shake your hand, my fellow Nikon shooter.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about right there.
70 to 300
There you
zoom, and then 10 to 20 wide.
There you go.
Those three.
There you go. That's a good starter kit right there.
Yeah,
bro.
I went and I wowed out and bought a crazy ass lens, but I have a dude that shows me the ropes.
Mm-hmm.
I met him in a hookah. I like to smoke hookah too. I met him in a hookah place.
Right.
And he's fucking off the charts with it. Like, photos. Like, his shit is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, he's shooting, he shot pictures at Daytona 500 where he's catching the car still motion, shutter speed at the fucking highest. And he kicks game to me or whatever the case may be. And I went and wowed out. I bought I think 17 to 34 millimeter. That lens is like 1500.
It was the F point.
Yeah, he was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" He's like, "You're stupid. Just get the
You need a 50 millimeter.
He was like, because he was like, the 50 millimeter for me is the 35 for the camera that I have.
Oh, correct, Mundo.
Yeah,
that's correct.
He's like, that's the equivalent.
Exactly.
If I had a better camera, like a different model camera, then yeah.
Then when you're shooting, I always tell new photographers and tell all photographers that I work with, and I'm still very new.
Yeah.
I say, and this is something I learned that I was taught, that go back to your points, go back to your editing, and look at the focal point of where you were shooting at, and then look at your average of where you're at, and that's when you know what lens to buy. Because I didn't realize that, and I bought out a lot of camera gear, so now I can shoot videos, I can shoot regular photography, I do everything. But the fact is, just because you can do everything doesn't mean you do everything well. Yeah. You have to find your niche. Yeah. And your niche is portraits.
A jack of all trades is a master of none.
Right? Yeah. And you hear, like you said, you hear cliches and you're like, I don't like cliches. But you don't realize those cliches are true to your own life until you go through the experience of it. And I learned quickly, like, I needed to work backwards and figure out the next step. So, like you, going into photography, and you're doing the customizing of sneakers, and you're working in that stage of creating. Is it true to say that one day you want to open up your own studio, just you as a studio, to create a studio for yourself? And do you want to work out of that directly? I'm only asking because everybody has a future point. You know what I mean? You can't work. Right now we're in a nice place in a barbershop, but I'm sure that you want this whole area. You want your own space.
Yeah, I said that to my girl the other day.
It's just
I said it to her yesterday.
Right. It's let me ask you something. It's your natural progression. I don't think you can. And don't get me wrong. I don't think you're the kind of person who can stay in the same situation without it moving in a forward position.
Yeah, it's funny how the universe works. You're asking me all these questions that I'll be telling people this week. So I'm contacting people with studios, and I'm like, yo, how much to shoot at your studio? Prices are crazy. I'm like, bro, are you fucking kidding me?
Welcome. $140 being 1 hour.
Somebody told me $140 for 2 hours or more. I'm just like, I don't need 2 hours. Bro, I need 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I know what I want. Yeah. It don't take me long. Like you said, I know what my style is.
Right.
It's shooting people up close, far range, get your outfit, get a little of the scenery. That's all I want to do. Lifestyle pictures.
Right.
I'm not doing fucking, landscape. I'm not doing all that shit. I know what I want. I'm going to get in there, get 100 shots, maybe like in an hour, and bounce.
Yeah.
I don't need 2 hours.
Right.
I don't need to pay $140.
Right.
Hit another person up. They telling me crazy prices. So my girl hit me like, so what did they say? I was like, man, these dudes is bugging. I was like, fuck that. I'm gonna just get my own shit one day.
now you talking. And most people want outdoor pictures now anyway.
Yeah, but the spot that I was trying to rent, oh my God. You would get some phenomenal work in there because it's a warehouse. But they have it set up with couches. They have an old school Benz in there.
Wow.
They got dirt like washing machines in there. It's really like
that's
fly.
Fire.
It's fire. I'm gonna show it to you later.
All right.
It's fire. It's in Newark. But I'm like, yo, if I could just work hard enough, get my name out there. I'm like, one day I could just get my own little space like that, set it up the way I want. And then just rock like that. You know what I mean?
My personal dream, is to have a creative space where I could do my podcast out of and take photography work. Yeah. That's my own personal.
That's the best feeling.
Because I just want to, at the end of the day, I told my girl the other day, I was like, listen, I'm 38 years old. I have done practically almost everything you can think of for the most part in my life.
Yeah.
I need to, in a reasonable sense, no crazy shit. No, I have never bought a yacht or a Ferrari or some shit like that. But I think to myself, I said, where do I want to be for the next 10 years? But where do I want to be tomorrow?
Yeah.
I can't think that far ahead today, right now. But I can think right now. And I said to myself, all I want to be able to do is be able to say, I'm making a living doing what I want to do.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much owning a studio and stuff like that. Because I could see the thirst in you. Because you did that, walked away, you opened your own spot here, and then you keep going.
Yeah.
You could have just been like, fuck this, I'm going to go work for an art design studio and make more money doing that.
Yeah.
But you didn't do that.
Well, and like, yo, too, man, like, we could open our own space. Not, you could open your own space and have your joint rocking, and then you get to dictate.
Yep.
On what's what. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get to have all the creative range, and you don't have nobody telling you what to do, whatever the case may be. And then, like, as far as me, like, what I've been doing is just going around to different businesses and just like, yo, let me take pictures of your stuff.
That's what you got to do.
You know,
there.
and they like, all right, cool. Yeah. And when it's done, they're like, oh, this shit's dope. Mm-hmm. And then hopefully that leads to, yo, you want to come back. So I went to my man spot in the city, took a few pictures or whatever. I was like, yo, what you think about? Because then he's telling me like, yo, I got to get back on Instagram. You know, I don't really be on it like that and the third. So me being who I am, a light bulb went off. I'm like, let me run your Instagram.
Yeah.
Let me take all pictures of all your content. Pictures of, because he does custom made suits. I don't know if you know Ernie. I
might know Ernie.
He used to work in Foot Action. Tall.
If I see him, I know him. That's me.
Udon style, EDU on style. I'll show him.
Okay.
Show you a picture. But I said to him, I was like, listen, $50 a week. Let me come every Saturday, get content for you, post it for you, and just run the Instagram. If that's in your budget, let me know. We could do that. He's like, bet, I'm up to it.
Right.
Because now it gives him more content.
Yeah.
It saves him the time from just playing on Instagram because he just had a newborn. So he ain't got time to be on Instagram like that.
Not at all.
So, you know, that's the type of shit you got to do. Like, a lot of people think, oh, I'm going to take pictures and post it on Instagram and everybody going to come to me. No.
Don't work like that, bro.
No, you got to be out here.
And you got to have your business right.
Yeah.
You got to have your business right.
You got to be fair.
You got to be able to... I learned that you don't have to be the best photographer, but you better be the best businessman.
Yeah.
You better be able to get them their invoices, get them what they need right away, because some people, like I had an account that I did the other day. You do the account, but they want their pictures back, but they also want the invoices back.
Yeah.
So I got to invoice them right away, and then I got to brush that back to this point, because I finally, yesterday was the first day I LLC'd my company.
Yeah.
I didn't do that for a long time because I was shook because I was scared to go off on my own. And then on two, you don't, as a creative, you might have all the confidence in the world, but it's a big thing to put out your creative vision and hope that people fuck with it back. Because you're putting out your work. That's a piece of you.
Yeah.
And you don't know how that's going to be received right away. And when you finally do get that point where you start to see people receive it in a positive light, it gives you all the confidence in the world.
Well, I'm going to tell you how I think, and this is not even being like on some arrogant shit, but I just feel like everything I touch is fire.
There you go.
So
but you have that confidence, and that's a good thing to have, B.
I feel it. Like, I ain't going to walk around and be like, yo, I'm the shit. Like, I feel it, and when I'm doing something, like, as I'm finishing these, I'm smiling like, yeah, they going to fuck with these. And then they do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta exude that. It's gotta come out of your skin.
I didn't have that for a long time. And then as I started to get better at everything and I started realizing how to really do what I know how to do. Now it's just like, yeah, fuck it. I know how to do this. Don't worry about it. It's gonna look fire. Don't worry about stress shit. I've learned, especially when it comes to this podcast game, I'm like, yeah, you don't know what you're doing, but I can do it pretty much for myself. I don't need nobody else to do it for me. So now I kind of walk with my chest out when it comes to that.
Yeah.
As far as my photography goes, we're getting there.
Yeah.
Because it's like I'm coming from everyone thinking I was going to be this life coach and doing all these speeches and stuff like that to now you're going to do photography, bro?
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
People, nothing wrong to me and you because we are flexible enough to see that. You try telling somebody who got you in this box, it's a different story. You know what I'm saying? Do you ever feel like people boxed you in?
Nah, man, because I'm all over the place with it.
That's good.
I do.
That's good.
I done mad shit, bro.
I wanted to ask you that because I'm like, yo, he's been doing the sneaker thing for a hot minute now. There's got to be a point where if he's doing anything different, people are going to look at him like, why are you doing that?
No, people look at me as a creative.
Okay, good.
Straight up. Like,
good.
I be doing, like, shirts. I do little things here and there, like jerseys. I manipulate shit. I cut shit up. You know, that's been me the whole time. Like, even on, like, when I was doing music. Like, like, my page has transitioned from personal to beats page to sneakers. And then now I have another page where
it's creative.
I'm putting photography up there. And then even on my sneaker page, on my story, I'll put, like, photography. Because that's where I got the most followers, so I need them to really see.
Right.
But people look at me as, like, a true creative. They don't look at, like, yeah, it's like, oh, you do sneakers. Right. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like they know. Like,
you're going to get people who only see you one way, but then you're going to get a lot of people who see you in a lot of different ways.
Yeah, at the same time, they know, like, yo, this nigga is fucking crazy with it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm still, like, growing. I'm still trying to find that. Like, I found my niche in shoes and photography.
Yeah.
I'm good at that. Like, I believe that I'm good at it.
I can relate, man.
Because, like,
I can relate.
and at the end of the day, if you think about it, what's a bad picture besides like if I'm trying to think like what's really a bad picture, because if you take a picture and you edit it right and you make it put a lot of grain on it, it looks good in certain situations.
Right.
If you do a blurry picture, add some effects on it, it looks good. You know what I'm saying? Like, so anybody can do it. It's just of how you like tweak it.
I always say to photographers, always remember if you get a lot of criticism from a photographer, photographers are the worst. They will criticize every little thing because they know what you're supposed to be doing, but the general public loves what you shot.
It's like this. A photographer is like, they know what you're supposed to be doing, but but that's not what I was going for.
yeah.
Like I have a style.
Yeah.
I already know what my style. I want my style to be. I want it to be dark, not too dark. I want it to have a matte look, but popping colors and a crazy ass background, crazy scenery,
exactly,
with eccentric looking people,
and that's your look.
That's what I want.
A
little grain, that's what I want.
And some people, photographers don't necessarily, I would say photographers, a lot of people, the general public, the people who are like, I would say, are, I would say civilians in this game, they get it immediately. But, you got your, photographers are very competitive, and they will shit on your shit immediately. I've experienced
it.
And
they can shit on it because they like, damn, this motherfucker better than me.
Yeah.
He sees
but you've been through that now. You kind of can recognize that because you went through it with the sneakers.
Yeah.
I can't necessarily say for myself I can recognize that because I'm going through it now. I'm catching on to like there's hate.
And civilians see it as dope because it's like, damn, that shit look better than the shit on my phone. You know what I'm saying? Like, it look better than the pictures I be taking with a selfie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The clarity is crazy. The lighting, like, that's all it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's what you're going for.
Exactly.
That's all. Like, every photographer has a different style. You know what I'm saying? You look at, like...
Just like with every artist, whether it be sneakers or canvas.
Yeah,
everyone has a different style to it. I think that you've separated yourself from the pack, though, B. And a creative level.
I'm trying, bro.
I think you're getting there. I think you're gonna be getting there in a big way, man. I think that you're gonna have your own brand that will be on something soon.
Yeah, it's funny you say that.
I just felt that way. I felt that way because I watched the growth.
Yeah,
I seen you when you were just doing the joints, and I'd be like, okay, my man's doing the joints, but I don't know if this is him. I thought he was rhyming. Now he stuck with it for a year or so. Okay, I guess this is what he's going to be doing.
Yeah.
Because you have to prove it to people. No one believes into you until they see you stick with it. If you do this for 6 months and then you go switch and do something else, my confidence in you is shaken.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Gone. Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, Malcolm Garret, the brand, on a T-shirt with a tag on the back could happen.
Yeah.
Or it could be a signature sweatpants. It could be a signature sneaker. Whatever the case may be, I think you have something coming down the road, bro. That's my theory. You know what I mean? Call me crazy.
No. I mean, my man, he DM'd me the other day. He was like, he's brothers with somebody that's inside. Like, he's brothers with somebody that's, he is blood brothers with somebody that's like right there.
Right.
But me being the type of person I am, I ain't gonna be like, yo, tell your brother. And I know his brother. I know his brother for a long time. And I'm just like, I'm not the type that's like, yo, help me. Nah. Like, I want to get there and you be like, oh shit, that's my yo. How you get in here, nigga? I made it. Oh shit.
Let's collab now. Yeah,
now it's like, oh, like, nah, I'm cool.
You want to get to the table on your own terms.
I'm pulling up my seat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it has nothing to do with pride. Because if I really need help, I'll ask.
Yes.
But I don't really need help.
Yes.
So anyway, he DMs me. He's like, yo, right now, bro, he's like, just keep doing what you're doing. I'm telling you, like, soon, you're going to pop off. He's like, oh, it's one thing you do is going to pop. Like, when you do it, was like, yo, you gonna be just like Ronnie, just like Jerry, my man from the Fear of God dude.
Yes.
He's like, all of them dudes, Virgil, all them dudes, they started like you. Right. Keep pushing. He was like, and I guarantee you'll get there.
Hey, look, man.
I'm like, bet.
Who would have thought a black dude would be head of Louis? You know what I mean? That's not something any of us thought. I mean, we got a black president. We still didn't think nobody was going to be head of Louis.
Yeah.
And they did it.
I
know we shouldn't do it.
I know we don't think about color.
I don't want to talk about color too, but I'm just saying I have to look at some things because I grew up in a time where we didn't have many people who look like me.
Yeah.
So I'm going to conversely go back to that, but I understand what you're saying. We shouldn't look at him as a color. We just look at it as a man who did it.
Yeah, like a dude from a creative from the outside world.
Right.
Like he didn't go to school or he
didn't go to
a lot of
none.
these brands got people that went to school for shit. Like they don't know shit.
Yeah.
They just know marketing and all that. Like we know niggas from the streets know. Like we've been dressed our whole lives.
But you have to have that creative eye for style. It's just got to be there. You got to see it happen.
You got to feel it.
Yeah, oh, got it. When I take a good shot and I know it's there, when I got my money shot, I know it.
You can see it through the lens.
Yeah, you can feel it. You can see it through the lens, and then you get that feeling in your gut. I got this, motherfucker. I knocked this out. It's right here.
Yep.
It's right there. So I always realize, like, if you give it time, you'll find your way. And I think that you, my friend, gave yourself time to develop, and you finding your way. I think you're just now starting to touch your potential.
Yeah, it's coming. I don't know when.
Yeah.
It's a feeling I have. It's coming.
Mm-hmm.
And when it happens, man, my goal, honestly, is to take this photography thing and have this shit just have me on a plane everywhere.
There you go, man.
Everywhere. Just shooting on their money.
Now,
while they're paying me.
Will that encompass the point where you'll stop developing?
Nah, because with that, it's we ain't painting no more. We picking out materials because I'm flying places and I'm in here, you know, in these companies, and I'm like, yo, listen, maybe you should put that on that. And they're like, oh shit. And then now it's bigger now.
Now, what happens if one of these places call and they're like, listen, we want you to be the director of content or curator of our creative department?
Yeah.
Do you think that you would take something like that?
Hell yeah.
Okay. Just asking. Some people don't want
prepared
that.
or not. I don't give a fuck.
Somebody, either prepared. They don't want that person over here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They don't want that person over. They want this background to be clear and it's me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Some people have that much fear of having someone over them.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I would work it out to a point where it's like, all right, if you want me to do that, don't be on my shit.
Okay, I got you.
Let's work side by side, not front and back.
I got you. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I feel like something like that, people like you and I, like if, you know, we see it and we're from it, you're prepared already.
Right.
You've done it already. Right. You've been there.
Right.
So there's no need to prepare. You prepare for a test. You know what I'm saying? That's not a test.
I think that you would do great in that, but I also think that you've been through a lot in your journey that's prepared you for that shit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm asking you that question, but I know the answer.
Yeah, I'm not like super educated on everything,
no.
But I've seen a lot to where I'm like, that don't look right there. Like this should be like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it goes along with me just shooting, just practicing, keep doing it. You know, learning my camera, learning what I'm looking for, what I'm looking at, and just going from there. But definitely, if they hit me up, bro, I'm there. Win.
You hear that, people?
I'm working by myself.
Whoever
now.
hears this, man, to y'all ears, man, to his lips, to y'all ears, man.
At this point, I done left my job. There's no time to like dip toes in the water. It's like, yo, dive in.
Yeah, you all the way in or you're not.
Like I'm trying to do a paint and sip with sneakers.
Oh, that would be fire.
Nah, yeah, it's different.
Different. Would you just buy a bunch of Vans and have people go
exactly.
nuts? Yeah.
I would know, but I would do. I'm gonna do it to where it's like when you buy a slot, it includes the Vans.
Okay, that's fire.
Yeah,
that's fire.
So you're gonna get your size. It'll be like a white van like this or whatever the case may be, and you buy a slot. You get the Vans, BYOB. I'll serve the refreshments. Whatever,
you let me know, man. I'm there.
Yeah. I want to have a DJ, all that shit.
Yeah.
And you know, so I'm trying to get somebody like a friend of mine. You know, we're like talking and crunching numbers, like because I introduced them to the idea. Because you can't do everything by yourself.
No, you can't.
So I'm like, yo,
I've tried.
You can't.
I tried, but it's not working.
So I'm like, yo, let's do this. He's like, all right, cool. But I'm getting antsy. Like he's not like really like
Because he probably has other things going on.
Yeah.
And
he's working.
That's something you're going to find a lot of. A lot of people are it's very hard to get people to move at the same speed as you.
Yeah, and I know for a fact he's down and he's very reliable, but he's doing this new gig that he's invested in, and he's really invested in it.
And there's really nothing you can say because there probably was a time when you were in the same boat.
And he's putting in hours and hours, and he works overnight and this, that, and third. So he's not really getting back to me on like what he really wants to do. So now I'm at the point I'm like, the first one I'm about to just do it alone, and then and if he, he's always welcomed.
Right.
I won't look at him like, oh, now you want to jump in? I won't do that. I won't do that. Because he's always welcome. But I'm just like, yo, I want to get this shit done. Like I had somebody in Foot Action the other day say to me, yo, when you do that, let me know. And I'm like, what you talking about? He's like, the paint and sip. I'm like, oh shit, you saw that? Well, it was an employee. He like, yeah, let me know. I'm like, fuck, I gotta do it. I had when I posted that post, I had too many people like, yo, I'm down.
So now you gotta think about it in terms of you got people, you already have the audience now.
Got the audience.
But now you gotta see if they're gonna monetize. And if they monetize, you're good to go.
Now I'm like, yo, I'm about to just start buying tables slowly. Like a table this week, a table next week, and another table just to have my own tables. Then chairs. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I have all my own shit and I ain't gotta rent it from nobody.
Right.
And then the only thing I gotta worry about after that is
a venue,
getting a spot, and it's right here, not next door, but the store after.
Okay.
I could rent out that, and then paint. I don't worry about that.
Right.
So that's all I gotta worry about is the tables and renting a place. They gonna bring their own liquor.
Because it's BYOB.
Yeah, so now, and then a DJ. I want to get DJs in there too. But I'm just like, yo.
I have a DJ for you, but you already know who that is. So it's my man Penn. We'll talk about that.
Oh, yeah. I want to get have different DJs every time I do a class.
Exactly.
Or whatever the case may be. So I'm at the point where I'm like, yo, I might could do it by myself. I might. You know what I'm saying? I got a credit card. You know what I mean? Like,
don't go into debt to do this, man.
Sometimes, man, you gotta do what you gotta do, bro.
Let me tell you, I know.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
I know.
You gotta fall in the hole to be able to look up. Come out. You
gotta get somebody who's in this game, who's a sneaker person, who's in this game, who can push you a little bit on it too.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's all about taking a risk.
I like the fact that you said that you realize that you can't do this alone. As much as you like your solitude and like your space, you also realize that in this game you got to find other people to go with it as well.
Yeah, life, period.
Yeah,
like
man.
you can't do shit by yourself.
No, you can't. And I had to learn that because I'm a staunch believer in if they won't give it to you, find a way to go get it. And I'm a big believer in just you can't rely on nobody. I've been let down so many times, so I don't really. It's hard for me to rely on people.
Yeah.
I have a big problem with doing that. But I'm working on being able to rely on people because I don't particularly trust people to do the shit. Like you tell me you're gonna do it and then you never do it, so I gotta go do it.